just living.
Good news, Nets fans. If you're still looking for tickets to an upcoming home game, visit the ticket booth or the team's website for a few remaining seats. Don't forget to come back for the upcoming Double Day. All attendees will receive a complimentary Nets golf towel. Still want to be a part of the Nets game day experience this upcoming season? Head to our website or your nearest ticket booth for more information on available tickets. We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word Nets along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of the solutions team will respond immediately. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game.
And the temperature is rising here already with the watch party in full swing. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have a Monday night of basketball for you. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You look at the Pacers, they've been outstanding thus far, claiming the top spot in their conference. And of course, there's the Nets, far behind in the standings. So a look at the starters for the Pacers. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Then there's Miles Turner. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. And it's Wong in at the power forward position. And for the Nets, Simmons joined in the backcourt by Thomas. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. All right, Clark, we're starting to close in on the midway point of the season. How do these players pace themselves for what's ahead?
You know, Brian, it's interesting. You prepared to play a long, grueling season, so the guys are in great shape. But I think the biggest thing is to be smart about how you play, how you practice, and how you take care of your body. I think when you get between the lines, you're going 100%. How you manage the stuff off the court is really the key. Working hard, but smarter is the key to being able to be at your best late in the season.
Now here's Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich, that's good.
There he's showing you he can run the show himself in that pick and roll. That's a nice play from Bogdanovich.
Halliburton for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez. We talked about this matchup here tonight, specifically what his team wants to do against Miles Turner. Coach told me we need to push him out of the paint whenever we can and make him a jump shooter and live with those results. If we can do that, I think we'll be in great shape. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And here's Indiana now, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Here's Wong. Really played well against Phoenix in his last game. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Indiana shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
That one misses. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missed them both. Thomas outside. Pulls it in from the elbow. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. And this group has reached rarefied air with the win streak underway. Now up to 21. Unbelievable.
This team, I tell you, is doing a heck of a job actually putting their name against some of the best names in the NBA's history. when you talk about winning streaks. I mean, these kinds of streaks do not happen often, and there's a lot going right for this group right now.
Now here's Bogdanovich, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Here's Nembhard. Here's Wong, defended by Bogdanovich. Got him in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage.
Good things come to those who hustle. He creates the second chance opportunity.
And here's Simmons, averaging around 6 a game. And here's Thomas from the arc. And again, it's the Nets missing. For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Halliburton, the pass to the Magician. Outside Mathurin. Turner, a screen on Bogdanovich. Shot's good by Mathurin.
The confidence of Mathurin, palpable. You see it and feel it. That looked good from the moment it left his hand.
Brooklyn trailing. Simmons with it. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Simmons. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And Simmons so deft with the floater, freezing the defense completely.
Halliburton, the pass to the Magician. On the wing, Mathurin making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. The Nets have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. And there's Simmons on the assist by Thomas.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Now here's Turner. No points so far. Here's Wong. Outside Mathurin. There's a screen by Turner. Shot's good by Mathurin.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. You think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Back to Halliburton. Down low. Here's Wong. He's guarded by Claxton. Simmons against Halliburton. Unloads. Again, Indiana. And the timeout called here by Jordy Fernandez. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Now on the court, Mr. Squad, get loud and let them hear you. Who wants a t-shirt? Come on!
This pick is mostly no surprise, but here's your player of the week for the Eastern Conference, Tyrese Halliburton.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
Simmons finds Bogdanovich. Back to Simmons. Slam dunk by Simmons.
Simmons taking off, launching himself right through the defense and rendering that D helpless.
And Halliburton has got the ball here for Indiana. They trail by 1. Here's Nembhard. Drills it from deep.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Bogdanovic. Pass to Johnson. Launches it. A rebound by Tyrese Halliburton.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Thomas. Indiana with a rebound.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Pass to Wong. Outside Mathurin. Tries it from the top of the key. Another one falls for Indiana.
Mathurin, so dangerous. He can score from any place on the floor.
Simmons looking around. Bogdanovic with a screen on Halliburton. Thomas outside. From outside the arc. And he gets it to go. Now 2 of 6 in the game.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Pacers have gone 6 of 11 so far. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Offensive board. Here's Wong. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Claxton finds Simmons. Thomas outside. Pass to Johnson. Fires for 3. Mathurin with a rebound. Indiana leading. Here's Wong. An effective score for them, scoring around 21.5 points a game. Turner with it. Outside Mathurin. There's a screen. 6 to shoot. Lets it fly. The shot by Nembhard, no good.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Simmons against Halliburton. Outside Bogdanovic. Jacks up a 3, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And a nice, smooth, soft stroke for Bogdanovic. That stroke is pure.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the magician in the last matchup against the Suns played some superb basketball. He tallied 32 points and managed to snag 20 rebounds. A tremendous night for him. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Show us those moves. Oh, yeah.
Making a switch here. Watford's checked in. And midway through the year, a perfect time to check in on our Rookie of the Year rankings. We're halfway to seeing who grabs the award. Right in the thick of this season, he is the guy when it comes to Rookie of the Year. What a year he's having.
And this is the type of player you have to be excited about. There's no question he should be at the top of the Rookie of the Year rankings.
I ditto all of that. I mean, it's taken him only about half a season to show that he's going to be one of the faces of the NBA for a long time to come, barring injury.
Now here's Thomas. 5 points in the game. Simmons, the pass to Watford. The Nets need to get off a shot here. The shot by Johnson, no good.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
Halliburton looking over the floor. And here's Siakam for three. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. And now it's a 4-point Pacer lead. Watford outside. To the paint. Here's Thomas. And he makes it on the layup. Thomas has gotten his third basket of the night.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
McConnell finds Halliburton. Toppin, a screen on Thomas. And he's going for the oop here. The steal. Johnson with it. Picked up by Matherin. Pass to Watford. And here's Thomas. Back to Watford. Here's Johnson. 5 to shoot. Now here's Watford. Here's Thomas for three. And Toppin pulls it down. The Pacers have gotten 8 of 16 attempts to fall. Matherin passes to Halliburton. Outside Matherin. Toppin, a screen on Johnson. Shot's good by Matherin.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now here's Claxton. No made baskets yet. Now Watford. Inside. Here's Simmons. And that one's good. Nice pass to set him up.
Simmons muscling his way right into his shot. Gets the ball inside like that. It's almost a wrap.
Pass to Siakam. Toppin outside. There's a screen by Toppin. Here's Halliburton. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Here's Simmons. And it's Simmons with the jam.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Siakam following the bucket by the Nets. Back to Halliburton. Lets the three fly. Claxton with a rebound.
It's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he struggled so mightily.
Pass to Watford. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Siakam finds Halliburton. Back to Siakam from deep. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists tonight.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Pacers out in front, up by 4. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, let me get your thoughts on the Pacers and how they're playing so far.
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down. On the court for the Pacers, second quarter underway. T.J. McConnell is out there with Halliburton. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Wong in at the 4. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for Indiana.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
Free throw good. Halliburton. Well, Clark, as we know, player comparison is a popular exercise among fans and analysts alike.
Yeah, I've never really ascribed to that, but in this day and age, I think it's even more unfair to do so because the game has changed tremendously. I mean, three-point attempts and scoring averages are way north, in large part because of the pace of play. So the game has changed, and that means when you're comparing players, it's a little harder to do in a fair manner.
Now here's Mathurin. 7-point game, biggest lead so far.
A long swing player. Siakam uses that 6'9" length down low.
Williams passes to Bogdanovich. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line, shooting for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Bogdanovich.
And, you know, Bojan Bogdanovich, not an elite athlete by NBA standards, but he's a live weapon because he can really shoot the ball and put it on the floor.
Indiana making a switch here. Neesmith's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. Pacers leading by 7. Halliburton outside. Here's Wong. Watford covering. And out of bounds. The Nets will take it. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Cam Thomas.
And his scoring numbers have been moving in the right direction these past few years. He's continued to get better at adjusting to what opposing defenses are throwing at him, and he's finding ways to get buckets by any means necessary.
Williams passes to Milton. Williams a screen on Halliburton. And here's Watford. And he goes in for the dunk.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up. Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Now here's Milton. Still no points. Back to Bogdanovich. Fires the 3. He drops it from range.
Confidence is not lacking with Bogdanovich, and he shows it on these shots.
Halliburton outside. And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Halliburton's got 5 points now this quarter. Milton surveys the floor. Pass to Watford. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Now here's Halliburton. Give him 8 points now. Here's Wong. Watford covering. That one goes in. Wong's got 6 points.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
And now back to the team.
The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
You take a look at Matherin. He's gathered enough votes to currently sit at the number 4 spot on the list. He must be excited about the prospect of competing in this event at All-Star Weekend.
And it's obvious the fans want him there as well. He's a dangerous man from beyond the arc who could have a real shot at winning that event.
And as we continue to count the votes, we'll update you on any changes to the list. No matter who is in it, though, it's going to be fun.
Maybe this is the year we see a perfect score. Who knows? I'll be sure to be locked in on all of All-Star Weekend, especially the three-point contest.
Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Wong. Watford covering. Back to Nembhard. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Johnson. The shot by Nembhard, no good.
Got to move past that one. I mean, they want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Now here's Milton. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Watford. And the Nets miss again. Indiana leading by 4. Halliburton outside. Off target from three-point range.
I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's Supreme Court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill. Feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league.
Now here's Neesmith. Halliburton outside. The 3-ball. Rebound Brooklyn. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And here are the Pacers now, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Siakam looking it over to the middle. Here's Wong. And Watford pulls it down. Nets trail by 4. Outside Milton. Pass to Williams. Here's Watford. Indiana with a rebound. Wong's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Here's Wong. He's got 6. With the 7-footer. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Wong's got 4 points this quarter. And Milton's got the ball here for Brooklyn. They host the Pistons after this one. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. From deep, Johnson. The rebound by Wong. Wong's Indiana leading by 6. Now here's Halliburton. He had 25 points in the win against Phoenix. Here's Wong, covered by Johnson. And that one's good. Wong's got 10 points.
Attacking the heart of this defense. That's 8 straight points inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
Now here's Johnson. Yet to see a basket. Hits the trifecta.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Halliburton against Milton. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. 10 points for him.
That's one of the things his coaches have encouraged him to do. Look for the mid-range jumper, Tyrese. Way to knock it down.
Johnson a screen on Halliburton. To the inside. Watford nails the baby hook.
Yep, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Siakam, the pass to the Magician. Nembhard outside. Here's Wong. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to go on Trendon Watford. Indiana shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. And he drops the first. So Brooklyn ends up going with a new group. A big group substitution here for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Siakam. Benedict Mathurin comes in for Nesmith. Shepard, he's checked in for Nembhard. And it's McConnell in for Tyrese Halliburton. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Nets trail by 6. And here's Bogdanovich. 23 points his last outing. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Indiana leading by 6. McConnell with it. Still without a bucket. And Mathurin gets it to go on the assist from McConnell.
Great body control allows Mathurin to finish through contact.
Bogdanovich with a screen on McConnell. Pass to Bogdanovich. Lets it go from deep. Right side Johnson. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Here's Wong, defended by Bogdanovich. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Nets trail by 8. And here's Thomas from the arc. Pure from 3-point range. Thomas has got 10 points.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Here's Mathurin. Pass to Shepard. Let's go with a 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
The Nets have gotten 7 of 16 shots to go in the second. And here's Bogdanovich. He's covered by Mathurin. Fades. Yes, it's good. Bogdanovich has got 7 now in this quarter.
And Bogdanovich knows how to get dialed in quickly. Doesn't force anything, just plays his own game. Comfortable in his own skin.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Turner. McConnell outside. Clock at 6. Turner, a screen on Simmons. McConnell's shot is off.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Bogdanovich with it. Picked up by Matherin. Thomas outside. Tries the 9-footer, and they pick up 2. Now just a 4-point Pacer lead.
This second quarter, he's been much better, improving over that slow start.
On the wing, Matherin. Pass to Wong. McConnell outside. Over Simmons. And all around the rim that time before dropping. McConnell's got his first points of the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that.
And putting his athletic ability to work. I mean, Matherin comes in hot on the drive and lifts off for the slam.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 8-point game. Screen by Claxton. Simmons, the pass to Claxton. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Thomas. Here's Bogdanovich. Takes the 3. Indiana with a rebound. Wong's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Thomas outside. Oh, stolen by Turner. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. And so it's the Indiana Pacers, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead to All-Star Weekend. Let's see who's in the running to compete in the three-point contest.
You gotta love All-Star Weekend, guys, especially when it comes to the three-point contest.
I think we should have a three-point contest right now. You and me, Shaq. Come on.
I don't even think you could beat Ernie.
Hey, easy. And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Pacers.
Usually when you head to the locker room of the half, coach has something for you to improve upon. But was a complete half of basketball, I'm surprised their lead isn't bigger.
Yeah, if I'm their coach, I have nothing to harp on.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Nice game. Great performance by Benedict Matherin.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's Halliburton. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Simmons joined in the backcourt by Thomas. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The shot by Wong, no good. Nets trail by 8. Here's Simmons. Pass to Claxton. Now here's Thomas. Here's the floater. The rebound by Wong. Wong's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Halliburton on the wing. Simmons defending. Johnson against Matherin. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Wong's got 13 now.
And it comes off a good pass. Clearly, Matherin has been well coached on when to give it up.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Here's Simmons. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness, he is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guards.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Nets trail by 12. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Bogdanovich passes to Simmons. Shoots over Halliburton. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
To the paint. And then Turner with the dunk.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
The Nets have gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Here's Thomas for 3. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Pacers leading by 14. Here's Wong. He's got 13. Pass to Nembhard. Nifty move. Here's Wong. Off with the layup. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in. Wong's got 15 points.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Let's go, everyone. I need it to get loud in here for your Brooklyn Nets.
They're in the top half when it comes to opposing field goal percentage. They've got a capable defense that they're looking to improve upon.
And you said they're second in the NBA in points off turnovers. That's all you need to know about this team. Not only do they cause mistakes, they capitalize on them. And Simmons has got the ball here for Brooklyn. They're scoreless since the first half. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Bogdanovich on the wing. Claxton, a screen on Matherin. There's Bogdanovich with the three, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. Turner's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Halliburton. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And he gets the bucket.
Remarkable judgment in the pick and roll. Halliburton reads these situations extraordinarily well.
Bogdanovich with a screen on Halliburton. Simmons with it. He's picked up by Nembhard. Johnson passes to Simmons. Back to Johnson. Shot to stop the run. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist.
Excellent at seeing the floor. Simmons brings a pass-first mentality to his game.
Now Halliburton. He's got 14. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Halliburton's got 17.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Johnson. He's been contributing over 15 a game. Thomas outside. From the stripe. The rebound by Wong. Pacers leading by 18. Now here's Matherin, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Halliburton outside. Over Thomas. Another one falls for Indiana.
After some misses in the first, he's making up for it now.
Simmons, the pass to Claxton. That shot is off. The Pacers have gotten 7 of their 9 shots to fall. Quality shooting in the second half. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Bogdanovich. That shot off. Indiana shooting around 53%, a nice number. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Brooklyn pulls it in. It's Thomas on the wing. He's guarded by Nembhard. And Claxton throws it down.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And that one misses. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Now here's Bogdanovich. He's got 12.
Since hitting 2 triples in the first half, he's been non-existent from out there.
Siakam outside. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Claxton. Nets trail by 21. Bogdanovich passes to Simmons. Pass to Thomas. Launches a 3. The rebound by Nesmith.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team. Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Simmons. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. They'll pin that one on Pascal Siakam. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
Watford's checked in for Thomas. McConnell, he's checked in for Indiana. Free throw, no good for Simmons.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 21. And he banks in the layup. Halliburton's got 13 points in this quarter.
And he's carried them this quarter. A dominant offensive stretch.
And here's Simmons. 12 points for him. Outside Johnson from the arc. Indiana with a rebound.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Outside Nesmith. To the left side wing. Halliburton outside. Ben Simmons grabs the board.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
And it's Simmons with the jam.
This really elevates Ben Simmons' team when he's shooting it like this. Great to see him finding a scoring rhythm.
Siakam with it. 10 points for him. Driving in. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
He's off on the first. Well, the first 7.5 seasons of Pascal Siakam's career were in Toronto. But Clark, a fresh start here with the Pacers.
You know, it's great for the Indiana Pacers because Pascal Siakam wanted to be part of this group. He saw a nucleus of young talent that had a chance to be competitive in the East and chase a championship. So he signed a nice big contract this summer to remain a key contributor for them moving forward. Actually, he'll be the hub of the wheel along with Tyrese Halliburton.
Now here's Milton. He's scoreless. Johnson passes to Milton. And there's a pick. He shoots it. And again, it's Brooklyn. And Siakam has got the ball here for Indiana. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Out left to the wing. McConnell from outside. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Siakam. Siakam's got 3 assists now in this one. Williams passes to Milton. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Toppin's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the right side. Siakam against Johnson. Shoots from the block. Siakam, that's good. Siakam's got 13.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Outside Milton. Fires from deep. And the three-pointer goes. Milton's got his second basket of the night.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Toppin, a screen on Williams. Three-pointer, Halliburton. And Watford pulls it down. Watford's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Pacers leading by 20. Pass to Halliburton. And there's 1:45 left in the third. Misses the 3.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
Williams misses. Indiana has gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. Siakam outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
Yeah, shooting more free throws as his career is going on, Siakam wants to get that percentage up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Siakam. Whitehead, he's checked in for Johnson. The Pacers also with a sub. Wiseman's checked in. Siakam hits them both. 1:21 left in the third quarter. McConnell against Milton. Out to the right wing. Outside, Williams. Fires it. Williams can't get that one to fall. Pacers leading by 22. Pass to Siakam. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Second personal foul.
I like how Siakam uses his body control to adjust to what the defense is doing.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Pascal Siakam, shooting 2. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Sharp, he's checked in for Brooklyn. He does not get the second one. A difficult situation for Brooklyn. Inside. Stolen by Siakam. Here's Halliburton. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And the Nets shooting only 39% so far in the game. Pass to Clowney. Milton with it. He's marked by McConnell. Milton against McConnell. Milton passes to Sharp. Good work defensively by Wiseman.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
McConnell passes to Siakam. Here's Halliburton. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
14.
Halliburton, so versatile and skilled. This guy finds ways to keep the defense off balance pretty consistently.
First one falls for him.
Seems like Halliburton is always looking to do a little more, always making the extra effort. That's fairly rare.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 10 seconds left in the third. Outside Milton, down low. Here's Sharp. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Tyrese Halliburton getting it done for the Indiana Pacers. 25 points and counting for him. They have relied heavily on his offense. We'll be right back with you shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Pacers, Andrew Nembhard is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then there's James Wiseman, and it's Wong in at power forward.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
And Milton's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside, Williams. On the wing, Milton. He's marked by McConnell. A shot from the mid-range. The rebound by Wong. So it's the Pacers now. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court.
You look at the turnover situation, guys. It's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
And Indiana with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Wiseman. Walker comes in for Wong. And it's Shepard in for McConnell. Over to the left wing. Watford the pass to Milton. Watford with a screen. And Milton good for 3.
He wasn't able to get his name in the score sheet in the first half. But he looks like he's starting to find his comfort zone here.
Nembhard left side. Shot from the top of the key. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Now here's Watford. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Elevates and detonates the one-hand stuff.
Picture perfect.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Nembhard with it, covered by Milton. Nembhard, the pass to Walker. Here's Furphy. Clock at 6. Johnson a screen on Milton. The shot by Nembhard, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Pass to Clowney. Here's Watford. Furphy grabs the miss. Indiana leading by 22. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Now Nembhard. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Nembhard's got 4 points this quarter.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Watford left side. More and more we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And the Nets making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Now here's Milton. Pass to Clowney. And here is Williams. Here's Watford. Goes to the fadeaway.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Halliburton outside. Fires in the triple. Halliburton's got 18 points in just the second half.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Milton passes to Thomas. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
The shot by Wong, no good. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Watford. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Counted from distance.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Outside, Williams. Here's Watford. And here's Thomas from the arc. Indiana with a rebound. Turner's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Matherin driving inside. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton.
They are shooting the lights out and doing a good job of maintaining this lead.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Watford. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And they'll give that one to Miles Turner.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And he makes a first. So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament. So if that would be the outcome, then I would be all for it. But what happens if the tournament winner is the #1 seed at the end of the season? I think you'd have to find alternative incentives to NBA.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Nimhard left side. Pass to Wong. Uses the glass on the layup.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
Outside Simmons. They set a pick. To the middle. Watford outside. Simmons with it. 6 to shoot. Pass to Bogdanovich. The 3. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
There's another rebound.
He's eating glass right now.
30 boards in this one. 30.
This guy has been wreaking havoc out there the last couple games.
Well, he's done it again right there on the offensive glass. I mean, it's a great stretch that he's having here, and boy, I really admire his energy.
Brooklyn, no good that time either.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Matherin finds Halliburton. Over Simmons. They grab their own miss. Here's Wong, out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Brooklyn making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. The Nets have gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. Simmons, the pass to Thomas. Now here's Claxton. Johnson for 3. No good on the shot.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Outside Matherin. To the inside. Here's Wong. And again with the rebound.
Boy, does this guy play hard, acting like every board is his.
And would you believe he's tied the team record for most rebounds in a game? Unreal.
Good awareness by Simmons. He's so good at reading the defense and finding the shooter and setting him up perfectly.
Inside, here's Wong. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Simmons, the pass to Bogdanovich. They set the pick. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
Pass to Furphy. From downtown. Second chance effort. Back to Matherin. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Matherin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you got to be right up on Matherin, especially when he's roaming around the mid-range.
Johnson for 3. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. Simmons has got his 4th assist with that last one.
Finally, starting to dial in from range. That's his 2nd this half.
3-pointer, Halliburton knocks down the long J. Halliburton's got 34.
When this fella starts knocking down threes, watch out, folks. Just pouring it on in this half.
Simmons, the pass to Claxton. Thomas outside. And Clark, we're seeing greater parity league-wide. But there's grabs the rebound again.
And he set the franchise record for rebounds in a game. What an absolute vacuum he's been tonight.
He's vacuumed up any and every miss off the glass. Great performance to write his name in the team record books. Now here's Matherin. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And the shot goes in. Matherin's got 20 points.
And right now, Matherin is on a roll. This young guy continues to do whatever he wants.
Outside Bogdanovich. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Simmons against Halliburton. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Thomas drives in. Tipped! Here's Wong, covered by Johnson. And the layup is good off the glass. Give him 23.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Nails it from 3.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Halliburton against Simmons. On the wing.
Net ball.
Some changes for Indiana. Wiseman, he's checked in for Jackson. Shepard comes in for Matherin. And T.J. McConnell subbed in for Tyrese Halliburton. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual. And they've won the battle on the board so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Boy, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Pacers.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And for the year now, they've chalked up 35 wins.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
Still 2 more games upcoming between these teams, so we could have a few more twists and turns down the road.
And one of the league's superstars, producing as he always does. What a terrific game for Tyrese Halliburton.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's McConnell. Claxton with the block. Here we go, 1-on-1. Simmons, the pass to Johnson. Outside Simmons. From down in the low post, it goes.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
The Magician, the pass to McConnell. Here's Shepard. From behind the arc. Drops in the 3.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
And so it's the Pacers taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. We'll see you next time.
That's what I'm talking about.